No, we did not. Did not meet the qualifications.
8:35.
Yes.
8:35. 8:35. Melissa, are we ready?
I am.
They weren't yesterday.
You ready, Commissioner Chair? Yeah, I'm gonna sit. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the December 1st, 2025 Carroll County Commission meeting. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
My operation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
How's it going?
Good.
I envy you.
Media? No.
No one's on the Zoom.
We have GovernmentOversite.com.
Public comment?
Right here from Wolfboro.
Yes, Fred Kane from Wolfboro. I have a question. 2 weeks ago, you approved the beds for the nursing home, and I was talking to somebody out there, and they had asked me about the old beds. Are the old beds going to be put out for sale? Is there a cost to get rid of them? Is there a hazardous waste because they're mechanical? Doing 103 beds, I would assume it'd be
We're working
costly
on
to
it.
get.
We're all of the above. We're working on exactly how to do it. I don't have an answer yet for you.
Okay, so you'll get that. And they haven't got me an answer on the wood process, so I'd
It's
like
indoors.
to, I'd like to give you an update on November
It is
24th.
indoors.
It is indoors.
On November 24th, I employed one of my boots on the ground, and they told me it was moved into the building on the 24th after 3 months.
Yes,
so-
and I mistakenly said it was indoors and it wasn't.
Yeah, so, but it is indoor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Melissa.
Fred, is it the right indoor spot? That's the question.
It's tucked away good.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Norman Cloutier.
Sit down if you like.
I
You can
appreciate that.
Stand up
Thank
or
you.
whatever you feel
Thank you.
comfortable with.
President of the Betty Ketchum Foundation. We are the owners and operators of the Mount Washington Valley Adult Day Center. And I noted on the, I believe it was the November 21st meeting of the commissioners, where you discussed the appropriations for agencies, and that the commissioners determined that they were going to be scaling back support this year. I also noted that the commissioners identified two primary criteria for determining continued support, and those were, if I have this correct, support of all communities within Carroll County, and secondly, to provide services that the county otherwise would not be able to provide itself. Lastly, I noted that after the decisions had been initially made, that a member of the public brought forward some additional information that the commissioners were otherwise not aware of, and that one of the decisions for one of the agency appropriations was then modified given this new information. I'd like to speak briefly this morning to hopefully bring some additional new information to the commissioners that they may not have been aware of. The first is that the Adult Day Center absolutely serves the entirety of Carroll County. We have greater concentrations of individuals who attend the Adult Day Center who live closer to it, whereas those who are further away and for whom a lack of public transportation and other transportation challenges prevent them from attending, those communities have fewer. But we absolutely provide care and programs for all residents of all towns within Carroll County. The other thing I'd like to point out is that the Adult Day Center, like the Visiting Nurses Association and like the County Nursing Home, are the only entities who are licensed medical facilities under regulation by New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services. We're not a volunteer organization. We are providing care to all county residents regardless of their ability to pay. Approximately 1 out of 4 attendees of the Adult Day Center attend at no charge. They are uncompensated care, as we would refer to them. These are individuals who unfortunately are in very tough financial situations but do not qualify for Medicaid. So 1 out of 4 of our attendees to the Adult Day Center are dependent upon our uncompensated care for them to be able to attend. Lastly, I would like to emphasize that the role of the Adult Day Center is to keep elderly adults with serious medical conditions in their homes as opposed to attending nursing homes or entering hospice. 90% of our guests, as we refer to them, when they are no longer able to attend, either enter the nursing home or go into hospice. And care at the Adult Day Center allows individuals to remain in their own homes and to do so at cost that is much lower than what it would cost for them to be enrolled at a nursing home. So we're not only allowing folks the dignity to age in place in their own homes, but we are also doing it very cost effectively for the county and for the family members who are able to attend the Adult Day Center. So my hope is that by providing this additional information, the commissioners will recognize that the Adult Day Center does satisfy the 2 criteria that you had set forth for supporting nonprofits in the county. That, again, we are medically supervised, medically regulated. We are not a volunteer organization, and we serve 100% of the county residents who could be afflicted and may need this type of support. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions, and I'm very grateful that you allow me just this few moments this morning to bring this information to you. The handout that I have to you, I apologize. It is last year's presentation that we made, but the organization is still serving the same population that we did before. We're simply serving more folks than we did in that previous year.
Commissioner Chandler?
Yes,
Please.
thank you. So I'm to understand you're not asking any towns for anything, right?
So if I could clarify that, we are not. However, when we were notified, I believe it was in August, of the commissioner's decision that applicants could only apply to one or the other. We did not apply for town support. We had received town support from both Conway and Bartlett in the past. We have not applied for that support, and we are concerned, however, that if we are denied support from the county, by the time that decision is made with the delegation, it will likely be too late for us to submit warrants for town support in the future. So I don't believe that was an intentional move by the commissioners, but I think the unintended consequence is that it's all or nothing for us, basically, with the county because of that decision.
Further question?
Yeah, of course.
Regarding the communities in Maine that send people,
Yes?
are any of those out-of-state towns contributing anything?
No.
I know they're not. They weren't. They still
No,
aren't.
it's approximately 15% of our attendees are from nearby western Maine. 85% are Carroll County.
And they contribute nothing.
And none of them contribute, correct?
Thank
Well,
you.
actually, the towns themselves do not. However, there are 2 private foundations in Maine who do contribute, and that subsidizes the care of of individuals in that area.
Can you get us that information?
Ye-
at some point?
I don't know if it's in that, but that would be the Munford,
Right.
Mulford
Trust? No.
Trust, thank you, and the Stephen King Foundation. Those two support Western Maine communities.
Thank you.
We have had similar limited support from New Hampshire-based trust
All right.
as well, like the Ham Foundation and Gibson Woodbury and
Yeah,
such.
all right.
Smaller amounts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Parker?
I totally forgot what you asked us for monetary.
65,000, the same as last year. It was flat.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I hope you'll reconsider.
Thank you.
Approvals, meeting minutes for November 21st, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. There is no manifest there are no manifests for the 4th and the 5th of December. There are no line item transfers, and there is no Hales location activity. So we will move on to
Do you
the,
want- I can,
oh, maybe, I may, would you like me to go into Hales location?
no, I don't, and I don't know if you're interested. There was a meeting held last Friday up at the Bartlett Town Hall with the Secretary of State and Hale's location and the Bartlett people. I don't know if you're interested in that or not. If you're not, that's okay. Okay, so, all right, I can see you're not, very good.
Well, no, if it's relevant, yeah, like,
Well, it's just regarding the voting issue.
It's only state law, Chuck, geez.
I mean, we will recess and go into Hale's location.
8:47.
8:47.
We've left here's report.
So,
Commissioner
there was a meeting.
Chandler has a report.
Selectman Chandler.
I'm still like, yeah, I'm sorry, yes, right. We've got our hat on now.
I did point that out to the Secretary of State. I said, how can I be a selectman of two places? But anyway, he didn't seem too concerned about it, so I don't know, if you're not concerned, I'm not. But anyway, so there was a meeting with the Secretary of State at the Bartlett Town Hall and the people from Hale's location. The Secretary of State, and I don't know if there's gonna be minutes of that meeting. I don't really know if anyone was taking them, but at any rate, they discussed the options for Hale's location, which, as the Secretary of State explained, aren't great. They're gonna have, he says, you're gonna probably have to find a place to vote, that's all. I mean, that's your options. So,
For the benefit of those that didn't watch the last meeting, you just may want to take, the issue is where we were going to hold the voting. In the past, it's been in Bartlett, correct?
well, no, it used to be in Conway, and then when the districts changed, when the new redistricting changed, Bartlett was asked to do it, and we reluctantly did. And we have now decided we're not going to be reluctantly doing it anymore, so.
So we have to find a place for the Hales location
Right.
people to vote.
And the Secretary of State pointed out some areas that they should be looking at, he thought, and I don't know what's happened with that. And,
So we have a little bit of time to figure it out.
oh, yeah, and it seems like, I think, I don't want to give my own opinion on it, but anyway, that's, so, and I
You're a
don't.
selectman, you're allowed to give your own opinion
Yeah.
on it.
I don't know the actual answer to the question of, because we didn't reach the answer, if Bartlett does not do it, can the Secretary of State make us do it? I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't think so, but,
No,
I don't know.
I think the way the law is written, and I could be wrong, but it means the location itself has to do it, not the town of Bartlett.
I
because
believe
it's
so,
Hale's
yes,
location.
I believe, and that's the way it was explained, I
Yeah.
think, at the meeting, so.
They can't
But anyway,
go
so
to
that
another
was
town
a
and enforce it.
Summation of the meeting.
Thank you.
Oh, sure thing.
Selectman Chandler, double Selectman Chandler.
Selectman Chandler. All right, we will go back into our regularly scheduled commission meeting at
8:49.
8:49. And we will proceed with the contract approval for the Mountain View Community Dental Services by our
That's exciting.
administrator.
Good boy.
Hi.
I want to go back to this too. It fits all our criteria.
Okay.
All right, just real quick, gentlemen, this This is just to approve a dental contract with Health Drive to take over dental services in our building. We had Northeast Mobile Dental, whose dentist was looking to retire, so he's no longer able to service our building. So Health Drive is a partner of ours that does audiology, optometry, and one other service. So just expanding their services to include the dental part. So we've worked with this company, I've worked with them for a long time, so 30-day term, year term, 30-day out.
Do they come here, or do we?
They'll come here.
They come here.
Yep. So as currently now, we're sending people out, we're taking the bus out to local providers.
Price-wise?
$900 a month, and they'll see as many people as we.
Questions? Commission?
And also need a vote that I can approve it.
We don't have, I don't think we have it. Do we get the, Melissa, do we actually have the contract? We don't have it, do we?
They're really,
I know it's a small one.
yeah,
I don't have a copy of it.
How much is it?
$900 a month,
900?
which is cheaper than Northeast Mobile.
What are the other options?
Northeast Mobile.
Right, whose our dentist is retiring, so.
I move we approve contract.
Second?
All in favor? Aye, and allow the administrator to sign.
That was the point. If it wasn't, it is now.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I would like to go back to Mount Washington Valley Adult Day Center.
You may do that.
Well, I gotta give them kudos. They actually listened to what we asked for and did it the way we wanted to do it. And they do serve the county. They did not apply to towns. They fit every criteria that we asked. And it's actually a good organization.
As they all are, by the way.
Yes, sir. I wasn't shocked by that. But I think they do deserve our help and support, and I'd like to make a move to at least put in the budget $65,000 for them.
Well, Melissa has a question.
Mr.
Yes,
Chairman?
Melissa.
The Commissioner's proposed budget has been finalized, so you'd have to make that recommendation to the delegation subcommittee.
I move that we make the recommendation to the delegation subcommittee.
And I would not oppose that. I would like to find out just how much, I have a concern, it's just so everyone knows, and previously my concern was there were two towns, Bartlett and Conway, and I don't want to get parochial about it, but Bartlett and Conway were contributing to this. The only two towns in Carroll County that were. We did that for 2 years, Norm, or 3?
May I return to the chair?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm happy to answer your questions.
I don't remember, did Bartlett contribute for 2 years or 3 years? I don't know. but it-
Two or three. I just would like to clarify. Our Board of Trustees made the decision in the past, to only seek support from those towns whose residents represented at least 10% of our attendance. So Conway and Bartlett each exceeded 10% of our total participants. So the decision was made to only ask for support from those towns as opposed to other towns who may only have 1 or 2% of our total attendance population.
Well,
At the end of,
okay, I understand.
you found it, okay.
But
You got it.
yeah. No, I understand that was the decision they made.
So that is the reason why those were the only two towns for whom they decided to seek support.
Yeah.
And of course, that began prior to the Carroll County decision. I believe it was only for 1 year that organizations could seek support from both town and county.
Right.
And now this year, returning to one or the other.
And I get that you're not asking for any this year, but I will say the out-of-state thing still bothers me. It's one thing that we're supplying county money, but then out-of-state towns are not paying. Now, if I could find out, and I will support the motion to to ask the delegation, that's fine. But I would like to get the information on how much those two funds are paying to the daycare center. The
Understood.
Rumford one and the Stephen King, how much are they contributing? And you
I
don't
have that right off the
No,
top.
I know you don't now, but if you could get that to Melissa at some
I would
point.
be happy to. I would also just want to clarify that of the uncompensated care that we provide to residents, since Carroll County residents represented 85% of our total attendance, that we were only seeking 85% of the uncompensated care for reimbursement, not for 100%. So the main-based towns, if you will, we had already carved out that from what we were requesting from Carroll County.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
didn't know if that was clear, but...
No, it wasn't, but thank you.
Okay.
Isn't that York County on the other side? Or am I
It's
wrong?
actually a tiny bit of York, a
And
little bit of
Oxford, that's
Oxford,
right.
so it's...
Have you contacted their county governments over on that side?
No, we have not. Again, those towns all represent less than, individually, single-digit percentages. You know, Denmark, Maine might have 2%. Brownfield, Maine might be 3%. They're so small it did not make sense at the time to be getting the 30 to 50 signatures to be on a petition warrant for those towns.
So we have a motion, we have,
I seconded it.
I understand Gene's concerns and they're legitimate and I think they should be investigated. But I also still think we should recommend to the,
Yeah, no, I have no problem with that. I just want to get the information, so
Yep,
when
no, I
we
agree
do
with you.
discuss it, I'll have the info, that's all.
all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Those opposed? No. And I'll just state my position one more time. I do not feel the county should be giving away money. The taxpayers of the towns should do it. It should be up to the taxpayers, through warrant articles or whatever, to give the money away, because they don't get to vote on the money that we give away. We get, and I just don't think it's right to do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the agencies. I think they're very deserving, but I just don't like the fact that we're funding it. And it's nothing to do with the good work you guys do.
Understood.
So having said that, the motion passes, and we're going to recommend to the delegation that they
add $65,000.
add $65,000 to the budget.
And it's up to them, so you're gonna have to go visit the delegation when the time comes.
And I hope we're allowed to speak at that
Yeah,
time.
you-
That will be up to the chairman.
Yeah, right, I was gonna say.
Up to Chairman
Harold
Avalene.
graciously said you could, but I don't think it's his decision.
That will be up to
I'll talk to
Chairman
Lino, we'll talk to
to,
Lino. Give him some-
decide. if
Gentlemen,
he-
thank you for your time. Thank you for your
You're welcome.
consideration.
Thank you.
Let's see. Linda, are you ready with the employee longevity, or,
We can, the individual is a second shifter, so I don't believe she'll be here, so we can...
well, if you'd like to do that now so you can go back to work, we can do that. Go ahead, Rich.
Nothing against you guys, but this is my favorite part of the meeting. We have one individual who we're recognizing, if you could just sign that, Commissioner. I know, it's right, I know, I look right.
You rushed it just to get your hand, you killed me in the
I
process.
know. Thank you, sir. Megan Densmore works at Mountain View Community, so if Mr. LaBeouf would come up, accepting on her behalf. Megan has 15 years of service with us. And when I reached out to Director of Nursing Sue Dodier, she said, Megan is someone you want to have orient your new staff. She is positive and shares that with the people she works with. Megan is top of the line for resident care, and the residents love her as well. I wish we had 10 more like her. So,
Well, congratulations.
Get 10 more like her.
Just 10?
right. Well, it's all the other folks that we have
That's
that are also.
Thank you.
So.
Congratulations to her, and I hope we're here for the next one.
Absolutely.
Hopefully she'll be here for 20.
And you originally said, oh, we're here
I
for
won't,
20.
well, no, we won't be here, probably.
I said, look at you going, changed your opinion on something.
Congratulations to her. The people over there do fine work, and we really appreciate all of them. And I don't know if you saw the article in the paper. Representative Burrows wrote a nice letter about her visit to the nursing home and her meeting with Administrator LeBeau. So that was very nice of her to do that. Moving right along, Underwood Engineering, water,
So they're coming at 9:30.
they're coming at 9:30, yes, and I can see by the clock, the big hand on the clock, it's only 9. All right,
I have a couple of things to fill the.
well, come on down.
If you want to sign the minutes that you approved.
We can do that.
Also, last time you were here, you signed the highway safety grant agreement for the sheriff.
We did.
Unfortunately, I didn't notice until after you left that the front page also needs to be signed and notarized. So the Register of Deeds was kind enough to go get her stamp, if you wouldn't mind taking care of that.
We can do that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fine.
Executive Director Siemens,
Yeah?
I suspect subrecipient signature 2 is where I sign, because there's
Right.
a lot of different signature spots.
Yes.
But
Yes, please, thank you.
I love government grant paperwork.
He says it's just a hand, so
There's more disdain. See how that is. Dyslexic. Okay, that's.
And then we have a quick non-public, if we could do that, under A.
Okay.
This is
Do we
brought
have
to me
any
this
other
morning.
executive director reports?
I don't have anything else unless you have anything
Okay.
for me.
Commissioners, anything for our executive director? Questions? Commissioner Barr?
She's doing a bang-up job.
Good answer.
Thank you. It would kill me if I didn't say that.
I could report that,
Or leave, which would be worse.
I could report on the, you probably saw around the building, the trees
No.
No.
that have been cut around, well, when you leave, go around that way, you'll see. The folks that we were allowing to stage, for the crews that were staged here for several months, in exchange for that, they offered to cut any trees that we need to remove free of charge, so that's been.
I do remember you saying that,
The
yes.
same day that the foundation was poured for the laundry last week, so.
On behalf of the people of Carroll County, thank you for saving us taxpayer dollars.
And thank you to Director DeWitt for arranging the trees and.
Excellent.
Yes. Yep. That's- Thank you.
I'm sure that's the only place.
Okay, thank you. I'll go with you. Okay. Thanks.
I did have a question if I could ask.
Of course you can.
Well, I was just, a comment on Fred's question about the beds, it was the director here when he asked that question? Or-
I don't think so.
No?
He
He
wasn't.
he might or might not want to comment on that.
Well, if he doesn't now, at the spur of the moment, I get it, but if
I
you
don't know what
could,
the question was.
if you could at
The
least know what the
disposition.
question is so he could get back to us with an answer at some
It
point.
was the disposition of the old beds, once we replace them with the new
How are we
beds.
getting rid of the old bed?
How are we getting rid of them?
And I said there were several options.
There are several options.
And I don't need to spring it on you right now, but if you could,
No,
at least.
And I said we hadn't determined what those
You let the
options
poor
were.
man talk.
There are several, if no one wants the beds, which would be the first thing, I've talked to the executive director of maybe some shelters or things that would take the beds, because other than the headboards and footboards and some of the pieces not working on some of them, other ones could be serviceable for a short period of time. If someone would take them, we'd be more than happy for them to show up when we're making the exchange and just taking them. Otherwise, I talked to Director DeWitt about putting them in the metal pile and getting so much money for the metal, so. But ultimately, if we could give them to someone, we would. Some of them work better than others, but if they don't need all the moving parts, if they're just using them as a stationary bed, it would be fine for some people, so. But-
Thank you.
Thank you.
Point of information, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
What is the county policy for disposition of equipment? Is it definitely bids or anything?
No,
There's no policy that regulates how we give things away.
I think it's on a case by case how we,
I'd
Give
have to
things
go,
away,
I'd
sell
have to go
things.
look at that. And we haven't made that determination yet as to what we're gonna do with them.
You know, some stuff like fencing, that's,
Very good, Commissioner Parker. What do we need, non-public?
yeah, under A, if I
A.
remember correctly.
yeah, A.
I'll entertain a motion to go into non-public session under 91A, colon 3, 2, and what are we doing? A,
A, please.
public
Yes.
employee dismissal, promotion,
Yep.
compensation, investigation.
That's A. So
Motion.
moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Yes, Chairman.
Parker,
Yes.
sure.
Parker, aye.
9:06.
9:06. You do?
I might roll down there, I don't know.
Roll. That bad?
No, it's getting worse, it's like going fast.
It will get worse too quickly.
It is getting worse.
Yep, that's what he told me, and he was right. And it get worse quickly.
Make it entertaining.
Have a good one.
He seems to know what he's doing.
Thank you.
He goes, yeah, man, I could do it in 3 months. And Serge on the scheduling call. Hey, it could be late next month. Never ask your doctor what his own schedule is.
My guys are 3 months out.
I don't care. It is getting worse.
It'll get worse fast,
I am.
unfortunately.
No, whatever that plane trip, the plane trip set it off. I mean, there was problems before, the plane trip really set it off.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go somewhere else. No, you're not going.
I already went. Was in Arizona last fall.
Gravel Road.
Oh, Israel, no, I canceled that one just because of this. There's no way in hell there's gonna be 11 hours on a plane with this.
He said 65.
No, he did, didn't he?
He did.
Well, you said, wasn't this last year's report?
No, it says for 2026.
Well, you said on record 65, and that's what I'm going with.
How much do they ask us?
80. I'm going with what I heard.
Okay.
Just because. Oh, Melissa, this is all signed off.
Okay,
I don't disagree with your philosophy, I just think it has to be phased out. No, because I think
That's the problem.
we're gonna see the future of it when we go to the delegation.
Yeah.
I've been asked that by.
And if they dump everything back in, then we know that's where the wind blows.
I think you've put in the time.
Yeah. Commissioner
I'm
Chandler.
being sincere right now.
We're ready.
Are we ready?
All your
GovernmentOversite.com.
years on the budget committee,
All the news that's news.
showing up, asking.
All right, we're gonna come out of non-public session. I need a motion to go out of
Can
non-public.
you quiet the people down? They're still.
Do I have to hit the thank you? We don't need the gavel. We have the gavel? We have the gavel.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Terry used to have a
Terry used the,
one day.
yeah, I don't use the gavel. Terry used to use the gavel. Fine, stop it.
Stay track.
Did we send her a gavel after she retired?
No, that's right, it's still there. We're gonna come out of non-public, I need a motion to come out of non-public.
So moved. for
And
reasons
seal the
given.
minutes under disclosure would likely adversely affect the reputation of a person other than a member of this public body.
So moved under A.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
9:37.
9:37. Now we have Underwood Engineering. We're going to discuss our water system again.
So what is this water used for?
Well, you know, generally,
Let's see it back here. Wait for the.
And actually, before we start, what is this water used for? It's all the water, for everything.
Thanks, Frank.
Like drinking?
yes.
So do we really want it to get out?
No,
I don't want any part of this discussion.
We have our DPW director, Will DeWitt, with us, and...
That is Will DeWitt.
And I should know your name.
Lynette Carney.
Lynette Carney, right, I should know by now. Good morning.
Morning.
Did you guys get a chance to get the agenda that she was talking about? I got copies for everybody.
Thank you, Will. They got everything.
What happened to you?
I had a holiday. I was gonna say, thank
One
you.
for Melissa as well.
I gave them copies of everything else you sent. So we got halfway there, including the big budget.
Oh, yeah, you printed it right, yeah, I
So-
printed it small, so then I can bring
If
my...
you need to refer to that, you certainly can.
For the sake of my sanity, can we have the nutshell version, please?
All right, well, let's...
No,
let's-
that's gonna move
let's-
things along. It looks daunting, but
We
she's
will,
gonna.
first of all, we'll start with Director. Director DeWitt, do you have anything, or you just want...
I'm just-
Lynette to, okay.
Yep, catching up with
Then Lynette?
All right, so
You have
I
the
was just
floor.
going to first give you an update. Contract 5, the work's complete. Substantial completion was given on May 20th. Final completion was October 15th. We've executed a balancing change order with $155,646.99 coming back from that project that was over.
That was a
It was-
contingency?
It was contingency and then some unit items that weren't used. I think the contingency was 140 or 150, something in that range, and then the rest was, underage on some of the, it was a unit price contract, so some of the quantities that weren't used. Right now, we're just finalizing the completion documents. We're getting all the tie cards organized, and we're working on the record drawings for that. Is kind of the remaining work that we're doing. Contract 4, any questions on contract 5? Okay.
The record drawings are just to tell us where everything is, correct?
Yeah,
So that
yes.
the next guy's in here?
Yes,
No.
so we have,
Unlike what we...
we have
had to do with-
GPS from the contractor where the lines were laid and stuff. And I'm just going through, and that's in CAD and everything, I'm just going through, putting some additional notes, things that were identified during the construction. So contract 4 is up on the hill, the wells, the pump house, and the tank. Work completed, they cleaned the dug wells, they replaced the covers on them with new hatches. Most of the work inside the pump station has been completed. That included replacing the door, the exhaust fan, fixing damage on the walls and the ceiling. The transmission main was located, all of the area over the mains has been cleared and witness posts installed, so it's been located, visually located where it is. The tank interior cleaning and inspection was completed by the divers, and the exterior surface concrete repairs have been complete. The ladder was replaced in the tank. Level transducers were installed in 2 of the bedrock wells. There were change orders 2 and 3 that I think were approved at the last meeting. 2 had some valve changes and additions for a little over $13,000. That was executed. Change order 3 includes battening down the cover for the winter, doing the structural support inside the tank. The way I did that one was putting that towards the contingency. There's a bid item number 2 had $40,000 of contingency. The net for that was $36,000. So within the change order, what I've proposed is to put that towards have that covered by the contingency. So the total contract amount won't increase, but we'll use that contingency item in there instead. And that'll leave $3,800 in contingency remaining. The remaining work on that project that they're still working on is the motor operated valve in the pump house, which was part of the change order that was just signed. It was scheduled to ship the end of November. They expected to receive it December 5th, so that'll be going in this month. The level transducer in dug well 1 needs some electrical work first, so that is scheduled to be done this month. There's an electrical chase in the pump house yet to be replaced. There's SCADA programming set up and training and getting remote access to that.
still needs to be done. GPS records of the pipe locations. The divers still owe us the tank inspection video and record drawing of the tank that they were working on. We do have the tank reports, which I sent to you most of
Yes,
you.
I have them.
I got them just like the end of last week. They need to install the last level transducer, and then there's a couple transducers that go in the dug wells with data loggers that need to be installed. So that's the remaining work on that project right now. As you know, there's issues with deficiencies with the tank roof. It was outlined in some documents from us, like the end of October. The structural engineer has recommended replacement of the roof, and then there are the temporary repairs that are being done to stabilize, structurally stabilize the roof until such time that it can be replaced. We did receive the tank inspection report from the divers last week. I just itemized the stuff out there. Basically, not a lot of issues inside. Some corrosion and replacement of the hatch was recommended. Most everything was in fairly good condition. Does have a heavy biofilm on it, so they do recommend cleaning. The only way to clean that is to take the tank offline. So that would go with the, obviously when the cover is replaced, that could take place then. There is some corrosion on the influent pipe, which we knew about before. So again, if the tank's down, either replace the pipe coming into the tank, or get it coated. What else was there? They noted the heavy corrosion on the ladder, which is why we replaced the ladder. So that's all been taken care of. So future tank repairs. So the recommendation has been to replace the concrete roof because of the structural deficiencies with it now. We had planned to replace the membrane on the roof as part of this project. That's how all of this was kind of uncovered, if you will, when they uncovered the tank. At event, we've talked to Will about it and proposed, if you're going to do this and take the tank down to replace the cover, I think it would be a good idea there's a divider wall in the tank. Well, there's two divider walls in the tank. One comes in from each side, and there's like a 6-foot gap in between them that makes it all one tank. I'd like to have structural look at that and see if we can close that gap up and make two tanks. Make two bays in that tank. That would also require a second set of influent outflow, overflow pipes into the second bay, and then either a gate or a valve between the two bays. But I think that would give you a lot more flexibility. For example, right now, the tank was built in '87, so it's been, 40 years?
Is that what it was, 87?
87 is what we have from...
What's the roof now, pre-stressed concrete slab?
It's precast.
Precast.
It's hollow core precast plank. And so the issue, what structural thinks the issue is the way, first of all, it's hollow core. The manufacturers are recommending solid plank for the replacement. They're saying hollow core is not the right.
Can you use aluminum?
Aluminum?
Like there's a tank in Alton, it's the same thing, they replaced the top with an aluminum cap.
Flat?
Slight pitch to it.
Yeah, you could. Well,
I always question why they put a flat roof on it. Flat roofs in New England are not the greatest thing.
Yeah.
Because everything sits on them versus some kind of a slope. Not engineered.
Well, that's what the old tank had, like a wood. I think it's a wood roof, right, over with shingles on it. Obviously, I don't think wood would be good because it's very moist in there.
Did they give us any recommendation as to how long the tank will last? Current tank will last?
The existing tank
The existing
itself?
tank. the life? I mean, is it,
Or the roof, the current roof?
not
No,
just
the
the,
tank.
not the roof,
The
the
tank
tank?
itself.
Tank,
I mean, before we
it's a
start putting roofs on
Yeah.
everything, how long's the tank gonna last? That becomes the question. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, a concrete tank, I'd have to check with our,
you
I
know,
can
that
check
would
with
be a
our,
question I'd like
our
to have
asset
an
management
answer
people
to.
deal with that all the time, or what the standard life of a concrete tank is. Yeah, I mean, I would
With the Roman
guess.
way, it'd be 2,000 years, but we don't.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know,
Well, it's 87 and it's I mean, it's concrete, it's water,
Yeah.
it's gonna deteriorate.
yeah. Then,
I was just gonna say, some of those new coatings that we've looked at too.
yeah, and that was one of the recommendations
Make a
from,
significant difference, and
from this-
supposedly they have some structural integrity to them as well, from what I've been told in the past, I don't know.
yeah. So one of the recommendations from the tank inspection was to coat the inside of the tank to help, you know, preserve the life of the concrete. And I think that was a recommendation on the previous report too, back in 18, wasn't it?
Probably, because I was
I
looking at
think
it back
so.
then. But
I do have a call into some
I know it's
people to
expensive,
to ask
obviously.
about, yeah, it's an add, and you know, it's another added cost, but, I mean, my concern with that is applying it, you know, you've got to get a good,
Adhesion?
yeah, you've got to get a good, you know,
Base, yeah.
dry base, so that it doesn't, you don't have adhesion issues and it peeling or bubbling or something. So, I mean, that's one concern with an existing tank. But yeah, that's something I would think we would look into with, you know, kind of in the design phase. is
So we're on
If we would
future,
coat it or not.
so we're on future tank repairs, so replace concrete roof with solid,
Well, yeah, the proposal was a solid roof, solid plank. That's what's recommended. And, you know, why, you know, I don't know, you know, 40 years ago, if using hollow core was the norm, and, you know, things happen over time, and the way you do things changes sometimes. So I don't know what the status was 40 years ago. I don't know if that was the normal way.
so it's not just the membrane, it's the actual slab itself?
Oh, it's the actual slab. I mean, yeah, there's a
It's
lot of.
going bad.
There's been a lot of deterioration. A lot of it was surface deterioration, which has been patched, you know, to keep the water out from getting any more in. But there were some decent cracks on the tops of it, particularly in the corners. And then there's one plank, the first plank closest to the pump station, has a pretty serious crack, almost all the way across the plank. It's open, so it's moved. It's actually, the crack is open, and it's the whole top of the plank. You know, your plank has got concrete, and then you've got the hollow core, and then there's another layer of concrete, you know, kind of around the core. So basically, right now, what's holding it is the bottom cord of concrete.
yeah.
The top cord of the concrete above the hollow cores is completely cracked almost across the entire plank. So that's the big concern. That's why that temporary support was proposed to put under there, because structural is concerned, because they also said it's not a bending failure that happens in this condition, it's a shear failure. So it's not like you would see it, you know, you would see it bend and say, oh, it's getting close to failure. It's something they can't predict, because it's just it's a shear failure along that face.
And
which is-
who's giving us the recommendations? Your Underwood?
Yes,
Is-
they're coming through
But
us.
it's your people that are doing
We
the, not an
have,
outside, is an
we have
outside?
we have a structural partner that we work with. They're not in-house. They are some consultant to us that we use all the time for the structural.
Okay, what else have we got here?
Yeah, so that was just the other piece of it, is if, you know, if we're replacing the cover, the tank's got to be taken down. It's significant. It's a fairly significant effort and expense to take the tank down. We'll have to put in
Yeah.
temporary storage and booster pumps and things like that. While we're doing that, we think you should consider splitting the tank into 2 bays so that you have more flexibility to, you know, take one bay offline and whether it's cleaning or whether it's a repair that needs to be done in the tank. Right now, you know, it can't be done without taking the whole thing down, and that's your only storage, you know. Usually in a larger municipal system, you might have a couple of tanks, so you can take one offline to clean it, paint it, coat it, do repairs to it. You don't have that luxury the way it is right now, because it's just all one big contiguous tank.
Would we be looking at next year for, be able to do a lot of these, like time frame, I guess is?
Well, my thought was, would be to do the design over the winter,
Right.
and then, you know, I think it's gonna all be funding wise, you know, what the cost is and when you can get the funding together to do it.
So what's the situation with the roof right now? Is it intact? It's sealed?
It's intact, it's been patched, it's
Right.
been Band-Aided.
But it's.
To keep water out, they're going to put the membrane that was there, they're gonna batten that back down on it for the winter. You know, so it'll be sealed.
So we don't have any issues
Sealed
with
for the winter, and
water
then,
quality or anything?
they'll
Okay.
no, and then they'll have to get in there and put the structural support beam in to support that plank that's broken across.
So we have to do a design and then cost estimates, that's the
That's what I would recommend.
That's the
is
next
that- is
move.
that, yeah, we're getting a cost together to do that. I think we may be able to do it within our existing contract, because we've got engineering costs kind of left over from contract 5, from the Route 28 work already, so I think we may be able to do it do the design under the existing funds at least. Get to the point where we know what we need. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, structural has to look at what's there. There's no drawings of the tank. So they need to do a little bit of work to determine what's in the walls, you know.
That could be scary.
The tank was built in 87?
87.
It looks like from the old Polaroid pictures we pulled out,
Yeah.
they poured it right in place for the most part up
Yeah.
there.
So right now, all we have is photos to go by. They want to do something with a rebar finder, I guess they can do on the walls to look at what's in there for rebar. They don't,
Rebar is generally okay as long as it's not exposed. Once it's exposed, then it becomes a real problem.
but as far as them, I mean, I guess they need to know, like, what the construction of the wall is, you know, to make sure it can, you know, because now we're talking a solid core roof as opposed to a hollow core roof.
A lot more weight on a solid
Yeah, so
core
there's
roof.
more weight, so make sure that it can handle the weight. If we're gonna try and use that center wall for you know, to divide it into 2 bays, they need to make sure that that wall's got the strength to, you know, have water on one side, not have water on the other side. So there's a little bit of investigative work that they need to do before they start crunching numbers to do a design on the plank.
So other than the water tank, you just have contract 4, or is that pretty much done?
Contract 4 is pretty much done. There's still half a dozen items that they're working on. Some that were in the original contract and some that were added as change orders last week.
And after 4 and 5 are done, that's basically it, right? Until we decide what we're gonna do with the
The tank cover.
tank cover.
Yeah. I think there wasn't anything else on the docket, was there?
I don't think so, we've kind of gone from top to bottom.
I know, it seems like
Most
we've
of the
covered the entire system.
System over the last several years, and we started with the wells, and we've gone all the way down to replacing pipes in the lower end of the village, so
Yeah.
shouldn't be too many more things that I can think of anyways in the system.
Commissioner Shanlon? Questions?
No?
Commissioner Parker?
Brought me up during conversation.
Executive Director?
No, except to say thank you for coming out today.
Oh, all right.
Going through all of it.
Oh, that's right. And I did run I ran you some numbers.
I do have one question.
Commissioner Parker does have one question.
Oh, okay.
Does it have to be a solid roof, concrete? Are there other options you can look at?
Well, I mean, like we talked about, you could put some sort of I don't know, a prefab type roof over it, that.
Well, the question is, do you have to seal the top of the tank, even if you, in other words,
No, I mean, I've
would you
seen.
have, if you did a gabled roof or a
Yeah.
slanted roof, would you have to seal the top of the tank?
Well, the issue there is your roof
Gable.
to tank joint, right? You've got to make sure that is sealed so that, nothing's getting in.
Keep the critters out.
Keep the critters out,
Keep the
exactly.
critters and everybody else out.
That's usually the problem with those kind of roofs is it's tough to get them to seal and keep them sealed. I mean, even with the concrete roof,
Right.
there was a gap on one side there on that.
Yeah, I'd like to see a couple of options,
Okay,
if possible.
okay.
And expenses.
And it may depend on our dimensions too. It's a pretty, definitely a really long length span, width span, I don't know if it's too much.
What's the size of that pool? What's the size of that tank? Well,
It's what, like 40 by
50 by 100?
75?
oh, it's not that big.
Oh, the volume is like,
No,
what,
the-
170,
No,
200?
the footprint, what's the footprint, 50 by 100? How big's that tank?
Yeah, it's like 50 by
75,
75,
I think.
40 by 75, something like that. It's a pretty good
Like
span.
200,000 gallon capacity.
Yeah, something on that order,
Okay, all right, thank you.
so.
Point of information, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Couldn't we replace the existing tank with like 6 separate holding tanks that are more durable and are already covered? Linking them
That's a good
together?
question, and yes, I'd like to see some options.
Separate tanks, what do you think?
Well, separate tanks, so if one goes down or gets damaged or has a problem, then you just shut that one down. But have like 6 separate holding tanks.
I see what you're saying.
Like
Yeah,
a
but the problem-
cistern tank rather than just and it sounds kind of strange, and you mentioned biofilm before. I don't even know what a biofilm is.
Scum.
It's just, yeah, it's just, it's,
That's
you
a
get
nice
iron.
word for,
It's just, there's like an iron film kind of on,
Non-toxic, I hope.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's pretty common if there's any iron in the water.
Thank you for taking the
I
question.
mean, you get biofilm. That's why they chlorinate too, because you'll get biofilm in your pipes. It's just,
would you say that is
Just kind of a
200,000
slime.
gallons?
200,000.
I just don't know. So, I mean, you would be talking about completely replacing the tank with, are you thinking,
yes, that's what I'm
like
talking
fiberglass tanks or what?
Yeah, like a cistern tank that they would bury, those
Yeah,
types of
yeah, yeah.
things.
But the tank itself is what pressurizes the system, right?
Yeah, so it's got to be on the hill.
It's
It's got to
gotta
be in
be,
that
right.
location, so putting it up in that location, is the issue. Those are not cheap either. I've done a couple of those recently.
Well, I think long-term, so I'm thinking, you do that.
Well,
now.
and that's why we're thinking, you already almost have a divider wall that almost divides the tank in half. If we can finish off that wall, make it 2 bays, then you would have
You'd be able
more
to
of that
service one.
flexibility. Right? You wouldn't have the flexibility of having 6, but.
Can you permit me one more question?
Yes.
What about security? Is there like a fence around this, or is there kind of cameras or anything? And is this accessible to anybody walking around up there?
We'd prefer not to talk about that.
Oh, this is security related.
Right
Okay,
this
thank
minute.
you.
It is
It's your own rule.
Yes, there are guards posted 24/7.
Yes, exactly.
We also have a minefield around it too.
And dogs.
We stay off the
The
lines.
attack
That
dogs.
But
All right, well, thanks.
Yeah, that's
Thank you
been used
for
for
taking the
something.
time to come down and give us the update. Appreciate it.
It's actually located in North Conway and they pipe it down.
Let's see, commissioners' comments and reports. Commissioner Chandler.
no,
Commissioner Parker.
You wouldn't like my comments.
Public comment.
Yes, Fred James from Wolfboro.
Shocking.
When you guys were in the non-public, the public out here had their
Having a meeting.
Yeah, and the beds.
Can
We're
we?
giving
can we-
you all the
can-
beds.
Can we can we tell you about the beds at the next meeting?
Okay.
Because we are going to attempt to recover some funds.
Okay, thank you. And also, the administrator brought in a contract for a dentist, and it appeared that he gave it to you now. I thought our contracts were reviewed by an attorney or by yourself, and it appears that it hasn't been. He just gave it to you in front here. You know, we have hired an attorney to review our contracts, and why aren't we following that policy?
Yeah, why aren't we following
Yeah,
that
we
policy?
I guess we could. I mean, I rely pretty much on the administrator for that, truthfully.
Well-
In terms of the Mountain View community.
Yeah, well, maybe those contracts should be presented, and then you have a week or two to do it and then vote on it, but, you know, at least look at them, because I think 3 eyes, you know, on it versus one set of eyes, you
I'm sure
know.
he'll do that the next time. We'll make sure he does that the next time.
Thank you very much.
You're saved for another day.
Warden? Good?
Nothing, nope.
I'm staying out of it.
I don't believe that for a minute.
All right, seeing no...
We're working.
When I have something to say, I'll say it.
We're working on the RFP.
Yeah, that's right. I
Ryan,
had
do you
a
have any
question.
investigational stuff?
You have a question?
No, just, you're working on it?
We're working on it. I made a very rough first draft and sent it to Bob, and he's just sent me comments. I think one question I have is, will we be giving that to an attorney to review?
Yes.
And so sort of understanding a bit of
Yes.
the process would be good.
Yeah.
So once you have the draft ready, if you guys send it to me, I'll send it over to the attorney. They usually have a pretty quick turnaround for that. so.
Great, yeah, Bob's already given me some comments, so
Okay, do.
hopefully this week, we can do that this week, I think.
Okay,
Right.
yep, awesome.
That's a problem.
One more time, Commissioner Parker?
No, Melissa and I were having a sideline.
Commissioner Chandler, good. Having no further business, we will recess until I call the chair.
Do we have a date for the delegation meeting yet? Is that firm?
I don't believe so.
We gave them a date, I guess we haven't heard back. Is
They
that
were,
correct?
they were looking at the 18th or 19th of December,
Christmas.
Thursday, Friday, but I don't have confirmation yet.
Our goal is to have the budget approved before the end of the year. Yeah.
Just keep in mind to recess the meeting, and when it's right around that delegation meeting, in case you have business you have to address, you can still use that old posting.
Okay, thank you.
Well, they call you the fourth commissioner.
10 o'clock?
I have no authority here.
Do you have a lot more authority than me?
10 o'clock, and we're rolling.
What?
This water sucks. Make sure the sink's like, you're thinking something.
You know what I'm afraid of? When they start looking at the walls of that tank.
Well, that's why I don't want to put a roof on a tank that's not going to last. It's getting ready.